Yeah, Mark and I were chatting about email in the forum, and we were, he works in sales, and so the question here is basically how to deal with email when when so much of your job is on email, and other people sort of expect you to respond instantly. Like that's perceived to be like really a part of the value of your job. Jake, if you have any like quick thoughts, I think that would be useful. But I think we should probably we probably don't have a ton of time.
Yeah, sure. I have one provocative thought, and I'm going to preface this by saying that I almost am not going to say it because I don't know much about, I'm not a very good salesperson myself. So I don't really know what I'm talking about, but by being provocative, I mean, like, maybe this provokes a thought, I don't know, or something to consider. Is it possible that the frequency of communication, the value that accumulates by frequency, or the sort of the immediate response value, could be offset and maybe even like beaten by quality of time? And what I'm thinking of are times when I can think of there's a contractor who we're considering for some work on our home, and he's late, like he's super slow on email and stuff. But whenever I've interacted with him, he really takes his time to talk. Like he'll like talk and like really explain things to you. And he has like a newsletter. And so because we've emailed with him, we're like on his newsletter, and his newsletter is like really good. Like it comes out super infrequently, but it's really high quality. And so the opinion that's formed in my mind of this guy is like, it's not that responsive. So in my mental model, I'm like, well, he's doing a lot of things. He's probably having the kinds of conversations he has with me with like lots of other people. But like, if I could work with him, like I'm now thinking like I would pay a premium to work with this guy, because he's like, he's built a really strong relationship and built all this credibility, because he obviously really cares about the product, which in this case, like his work, and really thinks about it a lot, and like cares about the personal relationship. And I think as humans, I imagine one of the big things with sales is building that relationship. And so maybe because like, is it possible that fast response has just been commoditized, and like you can't win on the fastest response? But if you give that up and say, like, I'm not even going to try to compete on fastest response, can you outcompete on quality of interaction? Because other people aren't going there. They're not exploring what can be done with less interruptive, more focused work. The reason why this is like super hand wavy and like I almost didn't say it is, I don't mean to, I don't know. Like, I don't know if that's the kind of trade-off that you make. I know that in the sort of work John and I have historically done, like software design, product stuff, writing, and these things, there is definitely a trade-off between like fast responsiveness and being able to do higher quality work and build better relationships with people. So you definitely see like, well, I'm no longer as good here, but like I've gotten way better at this, and that's actually more valuable.
Yeah.
I don't know. So maybe there's something to that, or nothing. I don't know.
I think that there may be something to it. I was a couple of weeks ago, I was visiting a company, a tech startup in Chicago, and we were talking about this. I think I mentioned this on a previous call. And I was talking to their VP of sales, and he actually came up to me after the event and said exactly what you just said. He said that everybody wants to push you into being the fastest to respond. And it's sort of like a race to the bottom with like pricing, like if like that's your edge, is like we're the cheapest. It's like the same thing as like we're the fastest. That's what makes us special, is that we respond the fastest to email. And his perspective, and I don't know if he's good at his job or not, but presumably he is. His perspective was that's a race to the bottom, and that like what clients are, where the value to your clients comes from the relationship, your credibility, your ability to thoughtfully give them what they need, help them solve their problems. And that doesn't always go hand in hand with being the most responsive. So anyway, he said basically what you're saying, Jake. So it still may be provocative, but
maybe more legitimate coming from someone who knows what they're talking about.
All right, back to the slides.
All right.
All right. All right. So I want to do a quick review of everything that you have done in the last 4 weeks. There's actually been a lot of it. So we started out by having you kind of